Hey everybody, this is Wrecker Rider, and you guys have been waiting for this one for 3 years. But I'm finally doing it because I now have the tools to properly record. This is Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. This is by far the most difficult LP I have ever taken on. And the reason why that is after much deliberation with fans, people I know who have played the game, and a number of other people, I have decided that, like the other two games, I am going to play this on Hypermode. Now, it's pretty well known that I have Metroid Prime Trilogy. You know what? Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this slot and make a copy of my other one. I'm aware. Now this is it. Now I have this save file here in case I want to practice like some other stuff, but yeah. In Metroid Prime 3, if you have a completed save file, you can start a new game with all your save data intact. Like your... Yeah. So this means you won't see some of the messages for getting credits because some of them I've already gotten, and yeah, especially the friend vouchers, which I'll get into later, and I'll bring those up. But we are going to start a new game on... There it is. Hypermode difficulty. The dreaded Hypermode difficulty. Remember how hard Metroid Prime 2 was on hard? Well, Metroid Prime 3 on Hypermode just blows this away. I have tried for a while to beat the game on Hypermode, but I never have. Uh-oh. Neurological readings indicate what? Oh. Danger. I thought we got rid of phase on it at the end of Metroid Prime 2, but apparently it's still around for this game. One very disappointing thing about the Metroid series is it might be dead. Metroid Other M wasn't very well received, and I actually found out that after Metroid Prime 3,
Cryostasis shutdown complete.
Like just after Metroid Prime 3 was released, one of their key developers died of cancer.
Suit diagnostic complete. All systems function. Command interface.
Now, one really neat thing about Metroid Prime 3 is you spend a lot of time in Samus' ship, so you can actually see the inside of her ship for a change.
Course linear.
There's a lot of things you can do in Samus' ship, and I'll show them all off, just not right now.
Orientation complete. Galactic Federation fighters approaching. Incoming transmission.
Unidentified vessel, please switch to a secure radio frequency and transmit your identity code. We are standing by.
Transmitting the radio frequency is pretty much just matching the images. It does not change from game to game.
Transmission verified. Greetings, Samus. We welcome you on behalf of the Galactic Federation.
I want to try to be quiet for a lot of the talking.
Command ship Olympus. You've been cleared for docking bay 5. Welcome back, Samus.
Because, one, it's voiced, and two, not all of it is not all of it is subtitled. So you'll be able to hear random things. The motion controls for this game are a first-person game's dream. You don't have to worry about the double-stick controls like in Metroid Prime and Metroid Prime 2. Well, one of them was for switching beams, but the controls are overall a lot better. And if you have Metroid Prime Trilogy, you will enjoy these controls so much for Metroid Prime 1 and 2. I thought about LPing this game using the Trilogy version, but I'm going to show the original version because there are some graphical changes, and I think a couple of AI changes as well. I do want to show off the original game, but after I'm done with Metroid Prime 3, I do have plans to show off a few bonus, make a few bonus videos showing off what Trilogy looks like, as well as the new shop in Trilogy. I'll get to the shop too. So there's going to be a lot of bonus content that I'll make. As you can see, you have a targeting reticule that you can move around the screen with pointing the Wii remote at it, and that's how you change direction too. The joystick is used entirely for strafing, which makes dodging attacks easier. Well, sort of.
Calibration complete. Samus, welcome to the flagship Olympus. Admiral Dane is waiting for you in the briefing room. I will upload the location to you now.
The map controls are also a lot easier. Okay, now a couple things I want to get into before I actually start. I'm actually going to finally turn the hint system off. One of the really neat things about Samus's visor in Metroid Prime 3 is you see up here. The notches at the top of Samus's visor indicate how much battery power your Wii has, or your Wii remote has, so you don't have to pause to figure it out. I like having the rumble feature off on pretty much every game I play. Because of the way the controls are, if you lock onto an enemy, you can still free aim. If you are more of a fan of the Metroid Prime and Metroid Prime 2 controls, you will want to turn this off. This will lock your aim on the center of the enemy when you lock onto an enemy. Personally, I like it on so that I can lead my shots if I need to. Reverse jump and fire. By default, A fires and B jumps, but if you're more used to like GoldenEye's controls and you want your trigger to be your fire button, I personally don't like it because I can't fire as fast if I have the trigger this way. Some people like it, but I like it the way it is. Sensitivity affects how far you have to move your pointer to be able to turn. I like to leave it on standard. Basic means you'll have to move it all the way to the side to turn, and advanced will turn you even if you move it the slightest way. I like leaving it at the default. Hypermode I'll get into a little bit later, but normally the minus button brings up the visor select and the plus button goes hypermode. You can reverse those if you want. Personally, I like them the way they are. There's one more I'll get into. Oh, right, I do need to turn the hit system off. Wherever it is. If I can remember where it is. Oh, here it is. Some more things. One of the things that you can do in this game that you couldn't in the others is if you want to be able to see through Samus's helmet, you can by adjusting this downward. Personally, I don't like it. I don't like it because you can't, because not Samus's helmet isn't obscuring very much anyway. You can make you can change visor opacity here, which which I believe affects the HUD. If you turn this all the way off, you will have no HUD. And I've seen some challenges that have the helmet and visor opacity both turned to 0, so that you literally cannot see any of Samus's helmet. The HUD lag will cause the HUD to tilt in one direction whenever you turn to basically simulate how Samus's helmet would work. The hint system I'm going to turn off because I know what I'm doing for a change. I actually did my research. And bonus credit messages I'm going to leave on, and I'll get into credits later as well. Speaking of credits, you can actually get a credit right here. If you want to practice shooting targets, you can play a little minigame here. Just shoot this target. Just keep shooting this target while it's in the air. And you can do this for a while. It's kind of entertaining and will keep you busy. If you get 10 points, you'll get a gold credit, as you saw, for Juggling bonus 10. There is also a Juggling bonus 20 that will give you a friend voucher. I've never gotten it before. Personally, my highest score is 15. But there is a friend voucher available. What a friend voucher does is it will give you what is it? It will add they turn into green credits, but in order for them to turn into green credits, you need to send them to someone else on your friends list on the Wii who has the game. So basically, you contact somebody on your friends list who has friend vouchers, and then you can exchange them and turn them into friend credits. But you see what I mean? Like, you can lock onto a target, but you can still aim. Boy, that free aim is so nice, and you're gonna love it when you play Metroid Prime 1 and 2 if you have Trilogy.
I'm sorry, I'm on duty. I can't talk.
Oh, there's some interesting things you can do in this room. If you shoot the GF troopers repeatedly, turrets will spawn from out of the ceiling and start attacking you. If you kill those, stronger turrets will come out and start attacking you. If you can kill those, there will be indestructible turrets that will kill you in one hit, and they will lock the room, which I think is kind of amusing.
A pleasure to meet you, Samus.
Yeah, there's actually a lot to do in the ship, but you won't be able to come back here after a certain point in the plot. The minus button brings up your visor select. Scan visor. Scan visor does what you think it does. Combat visor's in the center. And our command visor's offline. We'll get to our command visor later. And pretty much scan everything. Another new feature is you can actually interact with objects. Oh, I didn't want to put that in. Can I go back? No, I can't. 13576 is Samus Aran's ID number.
Try not to move during the procedure. We need a stable instance.
Is that Gore? Yeah, you can get this scan later, but you can get it now if you're quick.
You may proceed.
Of course.
Yeah, every time you scan something new, like a new enemy or a new lore, you'll get credits. Every time you beat a boss, you'll get credits. And these can be used to buy things in the shop, like concept art or music. Because you can listen to the music in this game, and some of the music is really good. Just stand in the containment pod and stay still.
registration number 13576. Identified as bounty hunter Samus Aran. Preparing biohazard scan.
It's all pretty standard procedure for the military. Just align the images and, yeah, all you have to do is align the images. Your ship also has a biohazard scan feature, and you can do some very interesting things with it in the future. Now, for some of these switches, the motion controls can be a little bit twitchy. But overall, the motion controls are about as good as you'll get. And I think they actually changed them a little bit for Trilogy to make them even better.
But this requires my full attention.
Oh, speaking of jumping, one thing that's really nice about Metroid Prime 3 is you have some of Samus's abilities already. For instance, you already have the charge beam and the space jump, and you never lose them. And I think you have Samus's bombs, too. Yeah, you have bombs already, too, which is nice. Unfortunately, this game does have a little bit of a fusion-y vibe to it, because it's pretty linear for the most part. I mean, there are a couple times when you have to backtrack, but it's not like it was in Metroid Prime or Metroid Prime 2. Metroid Prime 2 especially had a lot of backtracking. Oh, shit, I didn't want to fire at that guy. Yeah, be very careful when you're in here.
Samus Aran?
You can get away with firing a few stray shots, but if you hit a GF trooper too many times, you're basically dead. Just be careful if you're trying to talk to people.
Admiral Dane has ordered me to remind you that suit maintenance and data backup should be done before the meeting. There's a recharge station at the other side of the walkway.
Yep. In other words, a save station. Yep, save station right here. Now, for reasons that I'll get into probably 3 or 4 episodes from now, there aren't a whole lot of save stations, so make sure and use each one. And I actually think this is a good point to cut the video off. So next time on Let's Play Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, we're going to meet with Admiral Dane and discuss our mission. See you guys later.